This week, Games Workshop announced 3 new starter sets for 9th edition, as well as what they're planning to do to improve the Games Workshop app. I'm Angela, you're watching Hobby Night, and welcome to this week's Warhammer news. First up, Games Workshop announced the 3 new starter sets for 9th edition, and I think they actually look really cool. They're derivative of Indominus. They're obviously the easy to build kits, but they aren't including everything that they gave us in Indominus in the new starter sets. And I think that's okay. They sort of set a precedent for that with 8th edition. When they originally released the 3 starter sets for 8th edition, there were a couple of easy to build kits that came out later on in the year that were not included in that, and it seems like they're doing that for Indominus and 9th edition as well, because I believe notably out of the starter sets you're missing the Blade Guard Veteran for the Space Marines, as well as a couple of key characters from both the Space Marines and the Necrons. And then I believe the big Canoptic Reanimator is what it's called for the Necrons is also missing from the starter sets, but I suspect we'll just see those as kits later on down the line separately, which is really, really cool. Now, one of the things that they have not told us yet is the release date for these starter sets. I suspect, though, that because the codexes for both the Necrons and the Space Marines will be coming out in October, supposedly, that we will likely probably see the starter sets prior to that. Because I would imagine that they'd want to get those out and into more people's hands prior to the codexes actually releasing. If not, I certainly hope that they at least release when they put the codexes out, because otherwise it seems a little silly considering you're gonna have a bunch of new miniatures that may or may not have been gotten by people because of the Indominus problem at the beginning, and the now delayed, or not delayed, but the prolonged wait for the second printing, basically, of Indominus. So because there are some delays there, I suspect they'll want to get these starter sets out sooner rather than later. So I'm expecting a September release date, as we're already in August, and if they were gonna release them in August, I feel like they would have just said that. I mean, it's August 1st. I know they announced these earlier in the week and everything, which was still late July, but I feel like if they were gonna put them out now, they'd do it. So I'm expecting September. Let me know down what you guys think in the comments, whether or not you're going to be getting any of the starter sets. I definitely will be getting them. I'm very interested in the terrain that the bigger set comes in. They didn't do that for 8th edition, and I think it's really cool that they've added both the terrain as well as the board into the box along with the book. So it's actually a really, really solid starter set for the big box. And then the other one, the Elite, also comes with a board, which I think is really cool. And then honestly, if you combine the 2 terrain pieces that you get that are the cardboard ones in the first 2 starter sets with what you get in the actual big box, I think you'll have a really good table that you can easily set up and do lower point values and like play Crusade games and everything. So I think it's really well designed, and I look forward to when they are coming out.
Angela! What is all this?
I might have a problem. I have too many minis to paint, and not enough subscribers to encourage me to do it, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the videos. Next up, Games Workshop gave their response to the relatively negative response to the Games Workshop app that they announced earlier in the year. And I think what they've announced and the plans that they have seem positive. I hope that they are able to stick with them, because there are a number of things that have a lot of people very concerned currently with the app, mainly being the fact that, all the rules is just a Google Doc that opens up as a PDF on your phone, which you can already do, so why do you need the app for it? And they don't have too much functionality right now with searching. It's a little difficult, but they have said they are going to be improving that, so that is good. Hopefully they do so very well, and you get a more advanced search option, and it makes just using the app more friendly. And also, one of the things that they announced, which I think is the coolest thing and might be the biggest redeeming factor for it, at least for me, is the fact that they're going to be having the army builder in it, and it's going to be for matched play, is what they've said. So that means it'll be points values, which will be really, really cool. It'll make tournaments hopefully a lot easier. And that I think could be very fun and good for everybody. I just hope that they do it in a quick enough time that will keep people still interested, because right now it just still doesn't feel worth the subscription, and the free stuff that you get with it really just doesn't feel like it's worth it either. So I'm really hopeful for these improvements. I hope that they can get them out quickly and efficiently, and that they actually function in the way that they say they will, because I want the app to be good. I want to have a functionable app that works with the 40k universe, where I can build my armies, I can reference all of my data, I can get my data sheets and have all of that information on there, and I think that would be really, really great. Right now, it's just not there, and so I'm hoping that this roadmap that they've laid out will actually be an improvement, and they stick to it, and it goes well. Let me know what you guys think. Have any of you downloaded the app? Have you gone for the subscription? I think it is a little cool that they have at least sort of made up the subscription for people for those of that have gotten the subscription already and had it prior to the end of July. They are giving all of those people a free month, which is nice considering the state of the app currently, but they didn't really give a lot of time for people to maybe take the opportunity to make that choice to try to have a trial of a free month. But, you know, it is what it is. They're at least trying. They are continuing to act upon the criticism that they are receiving pretty rapidly, which I think is good. You don't often sometimes see companies do that, and considering the current circumstances of the world, it's nice to see that they're at least still addressing our concerns and listening to their audience. So I hope it improves. I'm looking forward to seeing when it comes out later, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. This week, Games Workshop reopened Forge World for pre-orders, which is where you can get all of your awesome Horus Heresy stuff, which is good because they seem to also be rebranding the Forge World social media pages. Specifically, their Facebook page seems to now just be called Horus Heresy, and I think that's okay. I honestly think that what that could mean is that that's where our Space Marines are going to go live now in the 30th millennium, because let's face it, Primaris have definitely taken over the new edition. I don't know how much of Space Marines we're actually going to see in the remainder of 9th edition, and definitely going into 10th. I don't know if they're going to be there. So Horus Heresy might be the universe where they get to go live and make it so that we can still use those miniatures, but we also get to go ahead and pick up the cool new toys with all of the Primaris Marines. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you guys play Horus Heresy? Are you excited to see that it's back, Forge World's back open and able to be taking pre-orders again? Let me know what you think. And last but not least, Games Workshop went ahead and released a number of videos over on their YouTube page, and I believe on the Warhammer community site as well, where you can go and learn how to play 9th edition. And they're pretty intuitive, honestly. I went ahead and took a look at them, and I like them. I think they're a good learning tool, so if you are wanting a good way to learn the game without necessarily having to really deep delve into the rulebook and get overwhelmed by that, those videos might be a great opportunity for you to get started playing 9th edition. Let me know what you guys have thought in the comments about this week's news. I will see you guys on Monday for a new painting video, and I'll see you again next week for more news.